So sometimes it only takes one person. It's like a Jenga tower. It just takes, you move just the right piece and everything comes toppling down. Or House of Cards or something. So it's kind of like what we've seen with Snow White with Rachel Zegler. The girl just didn't know when to shut her mouth, and now no one wants to see her movie. So this, it's the kind of the same situation. But Avowed, lead environmental artist, says this is the most confident I've ever been ahead of game's release. Well, that's great that you're confident, but Mr. Ascot over here has come out and to repeatedly make a fool of himself and drive players away. Again, he's taken that Jenga piece out, and now everything's about to topple over because he couldn't shut his mouth. So first, it's that they're purposely putting things, politically driven crap in the game just to piss off the gamers. He says crap like, oh, if you voted for Trump, you deserve to rot for the rest of your putrid life. You know, going gamers, that's one thing, but then when you start insulting more than half of the country, because guess what? It wasn't just the MAGA Republicans who voted for Donald Trump. It was their people too. So he's insulting their people as well. Members of the LGBTQ plus community, Hispanics, blacks, you name it, these people are insulting you because they don't think you're smart at all because you voted for Trump, because you were tired of crap. So, because these people think that they're so high above you, they'll come out and say, oh, yeah, well, I hope the MAGA supporters, well, these people don't think that you voted for him as well. They can't imagine the idea of people on their side voting for him. These college educated individuals are always the most narrow minded and always the most unintelligent. Every single time. Every single time. You put someone on, one of you guys or whoever, someone who didn't go to college, in a room with one of these college educated individuals, you'll do circles around them because they have nothing to, they can't come back to anything except for calling you names, phobicism, saying, oh, well, you voted for Trump, you deserve to rot, because they're not intelligent. Boy, yeah, great, you went to get a degree of some kind from a college. That doesn't make you smart. And so hopefully this guy isn't going to be saying anything stupid, because the teams, especially like the art studio, the art department, and all that. Like, you look at WoW, they clearly put a lot of time and love and dedication into the areas, the zones, and all that. And if they lose their jobs, it's like you feel bad because they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're just you know. But Dennis Presnell, the lead environmental artist for Avowed at Obsidian Entertainment, claims that this is the most confident I've ever been ahead of the game's release in February. Well, if it doesn't succeed, you have Mr. Ascot over here, Mr. Matt Hansen, who likes soft, sensual kissing. He likes to make love. You have him to blame because he just pushed everyone away. Presnell spoke with Games Radar, telling the outlet, "Games are really hard to make. Yeah, you're working really hard, and this guy's messing it up, and could possibly lead to a bunch of people getting fired because he doesn't know how to shut his mouth. And every experience is different. I've always felt a certain level of dread months before a game shipped, a case of the nerves. But this is the most confident I've been in my experience at this stage of the project. I'm overjoyed with how well everything's come together right now over me. Um, I'm sure even young people, Shirley, don't call me Shirley. Someone will, even young people get that reference to the song. It's a great song. Um, the team is now closing things down and fixing bugs and working on perf. And I'm going to be really proud of this game when it's available to the public. I can't wait, actually. Presnell's comments were published about a week after it was discovered that the game included pronouns, and the game's art director Matt Hansen admitted that he wanted to make Elon Musk mad with the game. It was discovered in a video for the game done by Force Gaming that the game featured pronouns. The inclusion elicited a reaction from Elon Musk, who wrote, "Having pronouns in a fantasy video game is utterly unacceptable." Hansen reacted to Musk's comment on Blue Sky because that's where all the strong, willed, and highly opinionated people go, because it's one big echo chamber over there, so they all can circle jerk each other. So, but he says, sickos.jpg. I wanted so badly to make him mad with my game, and I cannot believe it actually happened. Just wait till you see the default, you sad little shit. Now remember, this is a guy working on the game. It was also uncovered that Hansen has advocated for discriminatory hiring practices. Yeah, basically he was. Oh, actually, do they? Yeah, they have it right there. Hiring practices where one of the co-founders of the company was like, "Yeah, if this happened to you, sue them, sue them." But reminder to black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice, my DMs are open. And you always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods. In March, he reacted to another post from Elon Musk. Musk wrote at the time, "It shouldn't be acceptable for any company in the gaming industry to be racist and sexist against white guys." He retorted, "Oh, Elon, you sweet summer child. This will only embolden me, you sad sack of shit." Because what he said was totally wrong, right? So, like, this dude just doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. Hansen also declared supporters of Donald Trump have putrid lives. Ahead of the elections in the United States, Hansen wrote on Blue Sky, "They need to feel the sting of shame for the rest of their putrid lives, to be honest." And that is me being nice. Again, more than half of the country who voted for him weren't just MAGA Republicans, they were your people too. But these people are so narrow-minded, so much in their tiny little bubble, that they can't possibly imagine people on their own side voting for him. So instead, what do? They try to insult the voter base, and it just pisses everyone off because people on their side are like, "I voted for him. I believe in abortion rights. But I was just tired of not being able to feed my family. I was tired of the crime. So I voted for Trump. Am I a far right extremist now too?" And for them, it's like, yeah, you are. You're a far right extremist because you voted for change. Because these people are so narrow-minded. Again, college educated, and they're supposed to be the free thinkers, and yet they're the most narrow-minded, the most boxed in. They cannot comprehend the idea that someone might disagree with them. Concord. Regardless, Presnell is not the first game developer to tout what appears to be a very woke game that turned into a massive sales disaster. Infamously, Concord lead character designer John Wysinski, whatever, told PC Gamer, "Concord has so much humanity and depth to it. I really hope people give it a shot." And it sounds like, and that's fine. That's fine. They clearly, that's all people ask for is like, don't come out and insult the gamer. Just say, hey, just give it a try. I've said this before. If a game company came out and they said, "Hey, we know that the game has a lot of political stuff that we put in there, but we feel confident enough in this product that the gamers who may not be into it will be able to look past it because we truly feel confident about the product that we made, and we really think it will be a great experience. We just ask you to just please give it a chance. If they were to say that, yeah, we'd have no problem. Because at least you're being honest, acknowledging our concerns while also nicely asking, hey, just please give it a shot. But these people don't want to do that. No, instead they'll come out and say, oh, well, it's not for you. Don't play it. It's not made for you. You're phobic. And it's so if we have this guy who just is doing his job, it's like, I really hope people give it a shot. And if this guy ended up, in a bad situation, I really feel bad for him because clearly he was just trying to make a good product. Same thing with this other guy. He had it insanely proud of the game. We're strapped in and ready to push it for years to come. Encore then was shut down less than 2 weeks after it released. Sony announced the developer Firewalk Studios was being shut down. Yeah, so like I said, I know they lost their jobs, but I hope this guy, this one person, this John Wisniewski, hopefully he's in a better place right now with a better job because it seemed like he didn't deserve it. He's just trying to do his job. He's just trying to do his job. Similarly, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot told investors ahead of the release of Star Wars that the game is among the most awaited game of the industry this year, and it has a really strong positive community sentiment, both on consoles and when it was released on Steam a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's not. It's bad. No one wants it. A month after the game released and Guillemot and Ubisoft revealed the game had soft sales, at the end of October, the company admitted the game underperformed sales expectations. In November, the company released the game on Steam and did not even peak, did not hit a peak concurrent of 2,500. Oh boy, we have our favorite game, Dragon Age: The Failguard. Yeah, Dragon Age was same thing. Breakout potential. 84. This was over the weekend, so it released on a Thursday, and people would say, "Oh, the numbers aren't that great because Thursday, Friday." But people stay home from work all the time to play games. I say this all the time. If you play World of Warcraft or any game that has an expansion or whatever, people stay home. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay home." It's so Thursday, the release day. You have Friday, and then you had the weekend where people are generally off, and you think just it would go from the small number to just woof in the millions because it's such a great game. No, not even 90,000. Furthermore, neither BioWare nor EA have released any kind of sales data for the game. Their silence indicates the game did not sell well, given the numerous other developers and studios announced their successes, including Focus Entertainment and Saber Interactive, recently sharing a Warhammer 40K Space Marines 2 achieved 5 million total sales. Nice. Like I said, if this dude, if this Presnell guy, Dennis Presnell is just one of those guys who goes in, he does his job, and is just trying to make the best product possible. That's great because that's what the company needs. We do not need Mr. Ascot over here going out and pretty much telling gamers to go fuck themselves, and that if you voted for a certain person that you deserve to rot in, your putrid lives and this and that, and saying to people and Elon Musk that they're intentionally doing things to piss you off. And no, you want people like this. You want people like where is it? This guy who's just like, hey, just give it a chance. We really feel confident about the product. Just give it a chance. You need more people like that, not people who are going to push the player base away. Again, if the company comes out, if one of these companies, Ubisoft or BioWare or whatever, come out and say, hey, there's a lot of political stuff in there. You know, we want it to be very inclusive, and we wanted to add in things that we really, really care about. We know that it's gonna, deter a lot of fans, but we feel confident enough in our product that the people who aren't really into the politics will be able to look past it and enjoy the product that we've made, because we've really put a lot of heart into it. Again, if they said that, we would have no problem because at least they're being honest. It's like the politician. If the politician comes out, they have all these lies that they give you. If the politician comes out and says, "Oh yeah, I'm going to screw up taxes, I'm going to screw up the education system and all that," that's the guy you vote for because at least he's being honest. He's not filling your head with all these lies of what things he's not even going to bother doing. If he came out and said, "Yeah, I'm going to do," at least he's being honest. The other politicians are saying all these things, but then they go on to ruin them. This guy's outright just like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to ruin this. I'm going to." It's like, well, it sounds bad, but I mean, at least he's being honest. He's the one who has my vote now. Um, so that's all they have to do is just be honest and just kind of see it from everyone's angle and not just, "Oh well, the game's not for you. If you don't like it, you're just phobes, this and isms." Because you're in the business to make money. You're not in the business to make a game costing hundreds of millions of dollars and then push half of the player base away. But hey, what do we know? What do we know? We're just a bunch of phobes, this and isms. Anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.